In this video, we are going to discuss about the one formula which is going to solve a lot of calculations in your electronics and electrical, which is an Ohm's law. But before discussing about it, as usual, we will explore with a real life example. You can just have a battery. The most important or the most silly mistakes or silly things which people used to have it by taking an LED and directly connecting it with the battery. You can see this is a normal HW 9 voltage battery, and I'm just going to take an LED right here. Just look carefully. In this LED here, we have a longer length, which is going to be our anode, and the shorter leg, which is going to be a cathode. I think you can see this. So lengthier leg, which is going to be an anode, and shorter leg, which is going to be a cathode. So usually whenever you are giving a negative reverse connection, it is not going to work. But now let me give it carefully, directly. Just see, I just connected the anode now. Now I'm just going to connect the cathode. Just carefully watch. Okay, so I just connected the cathode right now. So what it really means is we wasted 2 rupee or 1 rupee based on the LED cost. Why? Because this is 9 voltage power supply battery, and when you are connecting your LED, which is a very small tiny guy, that you are connecting directly with that like battery, so LED is gone. Did you notice the blink? Okay, wait a minute, let me throw this away. That's it, like literally it is gone. So I'm just taking anode and connected with the positive of the battery, and I'm just connecting cathode. That's it, small blink. Did you observe? So small blink, if you have observed, that's it, that's also gone. So small blink, if you have observed, that's it, LED gone. Okay, I just taken an anode and I'm just directly connecting with, that's it, even it bursted, guys. Guys, can you, okay, I am getting a stingy smell right there. So it really literally burnt. Okay, it literally burnt right now. So there is some chemical which is just came out, and it literally burnt right now. So we wasted this LED. So that is where we need to start exploring or start discussing about this Ohm's law. We already know, or you might have studied in your college, but don't worry, I'll cover everything from the scratch. V is equals to IR. We already know V is voltage, I is current, and R is resistance. In any conductor, okay, it might be a wire, or it might be a resistor, it might be anything. We can determine the I, we can determine the R, we can determine the V. You can determine anything you want by using this one formula called Ohm's law. And also remember this term called constant temperature, because V is equals to IR. A lot of people know, but what people are missing out is at constant temperature is the people missing out. So please keep this in your mind. So whenever anyone is asking a question, like if you want what is the voltage is required here, then you have to use V is equals to IR. If the question is what is going to be a current, I is equals to V by R. And when the question is what is R, V by I. This is what the normal equation which has been derived from V is equals to IR. Whenever you want to find the voltage, or whenever you want to find the current, or whenever you want to find the resistance, this is what is all about. Now, Sanjay, why then you have shown an LED demo? Very simple. You can see this is the battery here we have. Okay. And when I'm directly collecting a LED, it is burning out. So how can we solve this problem? By putting up one component which is called the resistor to limit the electricity. So here I have resistor in my hand. I think you can able to see this. So I have a resistor in my hand. By using a resistor, we are going to limit the electricity. Let me show you the demo on it. I just connected the anode, positive of the battery to the resistors at one end, and the resistors another, resistors another end which has been connected with the LED's anode, and then I'm just connecting the remaining pin. Just carefully listen. So now it is not working. I think it is burnt out already. I need to throw it away. So whenever you are really taking that LED, so here it is glowing right now. So how it has been glowing? Because we have connected one resistor between the positive of the battery to the LED's anode. So that's why right now LED is glowing. This lot of people know, like literally every people know that by putting up a resistor before the LED, it is gonna limit the electricity. So LED is gonna glow. This is okay. But even for 4 years of experienced hardware engineer, companies have asked one question. What is the question was? Why or how will you determine this resistor's value? Okay, you literally taken 220 ohm or 330 ohm resistor and you directly connected with the LED to limit the electricity. That's okay. But why? Why 220 ohm? Why not 1K? Why not 10K? Why not 100K? Why specifically 220 or 330 ohms? That's a very important question where you should not give a oral answers. You should derive it. You need to take a paper and you need to derive it and you need to tell them why I am dropping 220 or 330 ohm. That's what we are going to discuss. As we already know, if you are not using any resistor in between, the LED is gonna burn out. But if you are putting up a resistor in between, like between the battery is positive with the anode of the LED, then the LED is going to be protected. LED is going to glow properly because whenever there is no any resistors, because LED is a dumb component, it is a very small guy, okay, who can't handle any, there is no any protection at all. So since it is a small guy, so that's why like whenever your resistance is zero, okay, if you are completely passing that complete 5 voltages or 9 voltages from the batteries, so it is gonna affect your LED, because LED can able to handle very minimal current like 20 or 30 milliampere. But whenever you are completely passing this whole battery's power to this small tiny guy, that is gonna burn out. And literally sometimes you can't even able to use it. It will burn out like the green LED which I got. So it will literally burn out. So, but then how can we solve the problem? By putting up a resistor in between the positive of the battery to the anode of the LED. While talking about the resistor connection, the real question is why 220 or 330 ohm? While talking about the scenario, first of all people you have to visit a browser and you just please type LED datasheet. Whenever you are searching for LED datasheet, there are a lot of PDF from different manufacturer are available, but you can just go with any PDF. So whenever you are really opening up an LED PDF, you just scroll down and look for how much its capacities, maximum ratings you can just see. So red emitting color. So here they are talked about red LED. You can see it's all the power supply things which is going to be shown. Continuous forward current. How much maximum it can able to handle? 20 milliampere. Okay, not amps. It is 20 milliamps. Okay, so this is what the 20 milliamps which a normal typical red LED can able to handle. So that is what we all have to determine, or that is what we all have to know. And also you can just see other parameters as well for other LEDs, and it might be slightly varying between the colors, but it won't do a lot. So whenever you really take this LEDs data sheet, now we have understood some basic things. And even in that scenario, the first thing we need to know is the source voltage. What is meant by a source voltage? In this picture, the source voltage is 9 voltage, or it might be a 3.3 voltage, or it might be a 5 voltage from the microcontroller. Even if you see the hardware, this is the microcontroller. If you are going to connect the LED here, the source voltage we are getting from this microcontroller, it is going to be a 3.3 voltage or 5 voltage. So that's what the VS is all about. And what is the second one called forward voltage? Forward voltage is how or when the LED will be turned on. Okay, because how much electricity that LED need to glow a light or to emit the light. So that is nothing but 2 voltage. So 2 voltage is required by the typical normal LED. Okay, especially red LED. So that's what the forward voltage called V. Now, what is the forward current? As we already found out with the data sheet, what is the maximum current that LED can able to handle? That is usually between 10 milliamps to 20 milliamps. So if you are converting into an ampere, it is like 0.01 ampere for 10 milliamps, 0.02 ampere for 20 milliamps. Then if you are really taking an Ohm's law, what is that Ohm's law is all about? V is equals to IR. So what is that IR? V is voltage, I is current, and R is resistance. Now in our equation or in our scenario, what we already know the voltage, and we already know the current, how much current that resistors wants. Then how can we calculate as per our Ohm's law equation? R is equals to V by I. Whenever you want to find out the resistance, R is equals to V by I. This is the place where a lot of people are making a mistake. What the mistake they are doing is they are directly putting R is equals to the voltage 2 divided by 0.02. This is what the mistake people are doing. They are directly substituting 2 voltage for V, and they are directly substituting 20 milliamps per current, and they are dropping R is equals to 2 divided by 20 milliampere. The answer is totally wrong. Why? Because just carefully watch. This is the picture where here I have an LED. LED, how much it wants? 2 voltage to turn on. But how much power supply we are getting from the battery or microcontroller? Let us take 5 voltage. So 5 voltage is coming from the battery, but LED wants only 2. So 5 minus 2, how much voltage need to be neglected by the resistor? It is 3. So that is what the value need to be substituted. That's where people used to call like voltage or voltage across the resistor. So because input voltage is some 5 voltage, but the component requirement is just 2 voltage. So whenever you are really going to apply it in a formula, instead of just putting R is equals to V by I, R is equals to source voltage minus forward voltage divided by I. So what is the source voltage? Let us take 3.3 voltage. And what is the voltage which is required by the LED, which is 2 voltage. And what is the maximum current that LED can able to handle, which is also 10 milliampere. So whenever you are really substituting here, R is equals to this one, where Vs is a source voltage, right, which is going to be a 3.3 minus forward voltage, which is going to be 2.0 divided by 0.01 for 10 milliampere current. If you are going to put it for 20 milliampere, which is going to be 0.02. And what is the answer we will be getting? So we will be getting around 130. Of course, resistance unit is going to be ohm. So 130 ohm. So we need is a 130 ohm resistor. Does really they are manufacturing 130 ohm resistor? No. There is no, like resistors, there are a lot of resistors, values are there. But they won't manufacture 1 ohm resistor, 2 ohm resistor, 3 ohm resistor, 4 ohm resistor, 5 ohm resistor. Likewise, they won't manufacture. Some specific numbers will be there, only those resistors will be available. Even you can put a combo as well. Like what if you need is a 20 kilo ohm, but if there is no any 20 kilo ohm resistor, you can have 10 kilo ohm resistor and you can put series. So if you see this 130 ohm resistance value, that's what the resistor we want to be dropped here. But do you think 130 ohm resistor is available? No. So what we can do is, instead of exactly looking for the 130 ohm resistance, we can choose some higher value resistance like 220 ohm or 330 ohm. Sanjay, then what is the difference between 220 ohm and 330 ohm? Very simple. So the resistance which is restricting the flow of electricity, right, as we already explored in the water pipeline analogy. So as per it, whenever you are putting a 220 ohm resistor, your LED will be little more brighter. Okay, whenever you are really dropping a 330 ohm resistor, the brightness might be little dimmer. Okay, so that's what it's all about. So whenever you are really keep on adjusting or keep on changing the resistor, you can easily observe the changes in the brightness of the LED. So that's what this one equation, which is going to be helpful for calculating voltage, current and resistance when other two are given. Okay, if you want to calculate the voltage, that current and resistance should be there. And so likewise, we can able to calculate vice versa. And I hope you have got a clear idea. Never ever connect the LED directly with the battery. You need to put up a resistor in between to solve this issue. And that resistance value, which has been calculated with the help of this core formula called Ohm's law, V is equals to IR at constant temperature.